Welcome, everybody, to the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation. We just came off a monumentous pay-per-view, easily the longest one that we will ever have. I'm one of your favorite announcers, Jack Human, along with another half, one of your favorite commentators.
Yeah, the greatest commentator of all time, Blaze Garland. You know what we haven't had in a long time there, Jack?
What's that?
We haven't had somebody get their ass kicked in the back room in a long time. I can feel like something shattering in my mind just waiting to see somebody get their ass kicked.
It's a very unusual intro that we have, a bunch of broken glass and everything, but we do have some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Edward, rather, has actually found a clause, a stipulation, clearly stating that if there are more than two if there are more than two partners owning the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation, that the third partner will actually cancel out all of their decisions. So, Edward, the 2%, is now all of our bosses.
Well, shit, it's gonna be dark times indeed.
I don't know what's going on. He's no longer Edgar Sleepy. He's Edward Sleepington to the 2030, he keeps calling himself. And I'm looking at the marquee match here, and it's Edgar versus Edward. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know what's going on anymore.
There's one thing you never do is question the power of an Ed, I suppose.
It's like, I mean, what? Is this split personality? Oh, wait. I'm getting a text. Please read in English accent. Huh. That's weird. Oh, my dear commentators, I shall reveal it all just as soon as I squash the last remnants of my mind that is Edgar Sleepy. I wish to bask in gloriousness rather than stupidity. I don't know what's going on. Blaze, I've been a commentator for a long time, and it's saying we're going to see Edward versus Ed. Is he going to come?
Just roll with it. I think Dog spiked the punch again.
Well,
something like this happened before.
They can't because they're gone. Both Cat and Dog are gone. They can't come into the arena.
Just trust me. I went to one of Dog's parties. He spiked the punch and the same exact thing happened. Except for with singing la-las. They split into two. But yeah, I can't talk about this legally. So,
the arena's looking a little odd. It was normal when we walked in here during the intro.
Does he have plants behind him?
I don't know what's going on anymore. I guess, like, okay, here comes Edgar. And what's he gonna do? Just wrestle himself in the ring? I don't get this.
I don't understand it myself.
And Ed just waiting in the ring, no surprise. Nobody's coming out, Ed. Yeah, it's just you, buddy. Don't look over here.
Much like his brain cells.
What the hell is going on? Are we? Well, I never get to go to Dog's parties, so I know I never drank any spike punch. But Edward is making his way to the ring to face off.
Should you be saying that in some type of British accent or something?
No, I'm not. I don't. I shouldn't. That's just. I haven't gotten a text. Edward is making his way to the ring to face off against Edgar. I don't know what.
Jolly good. I'm not a very good British person.
I don't. I don't know what's going on anymore. This is... Okay, he said he's, gonna squash the last bit of his psyche? That's Edgar? Or I... You know, Blaze, have you ever got the feeling that you've just been in this industry too long? That maybe the loneliness and depression and drinking yourself to sleep has finally affected ya?
Well, I can't say for all of that, but the part where you say been in it for too long, yeah. I'm getting that feeling all of a sudden.
You know, I don't know what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing two Eds. And apparently we're in Ed World. Edward. I don't... This can't be happening. The fact of the matter is that Ed Word is 2% of ownership, and they found a clause where they run the show because dog and cat cancel themselves out, and I've just gone cross-eyed. My brain can't handle this.
Well, I'm trying to think of some way to explain this, but some shit you just can't explain. I think this is one of those times.
I just saw Edward superplex Edgar. Okay, is there a goddamn gas leak in here or something? Are we all affected by this?
Did I tell you about dog spike punch? I've seen weirder shit than this.
I die. I don't understand what's going on. This may come as a surprise to you, Blaze, but I smoked like 4 packs a day. Now my stress levels are high. I'm just gonna sit here and puff away.
I
don't know. And Edward with some unusual offense against Edgar.
That's what you find unusual here. It's freaking offense. Two of the same goddamn guy, and you're going to talk about how unusual his offense is. And not the fact that he somehow split and is fighting himself in his own world.
Like, I mean, he's been doing some odd behavior since, you know, he was in that match with cat and dog and got dropped on his head, and then that night he was chewing wires. And
Boy, I don't know.
And I don't know what's going on. And Edward Sleepington, the 23rd, picks up the victory. So what does that mean? Does that mean that Edgar is gone?
I guess. Do you have any strange emails or anything?
No texts. I suspect that we'll end up getting one sooner or later. Let's check out the replay here. It's been a long. Maybe we got too much in the Borderlines pay-per-view, you know? Maybe we just all snapped. Like, I mean, everybody in the back put a lot of work into it. You know, me and you put a lot of work into it.
Maybe it turns out all along we're the crazy ones and Ed is the one saying that.
That's always a possibility, I guess.
That's not a fucking possibility. There's some shit going on here that doesn't make no sense.
And there's Edward celebrating his victory, and I don't.
So what do you think about that match there, Jack?
My brain hurts.
Oh. So you got a throbbing sensation in your head?
I did get I always have a throbbing sensation in my head. It just gets bigger and bigger all the time, you know? And that match just gave me a huge throbbing sensation in my head. Like, I mean, I'm talking gigantic.
So you got a gigantic throbbing sensation after watching Ed beat himself, huh?
Yeah. After, you know, Edward got on top of Edgar, that was probably the biggest throbbing sensation I've ever gotten in my head.
That's why you have restraining orders there.
I don't follow you.
Is there something going on in the back? I've been waiting for something like this for a long time now.
I believe so, and I have received another text, and that now all the creativity and stupidity is finally gone. I can finally use logic to run this entire show. Please do enjoy all the loveliness I'm going to befold, such as this match. A match where many weeks ago, Psychotic Beauty, dressed as a ninja, a very lovely ninja I might add, attacked Santi in the back room. I happened to point Santi into Psychotic's direction, and I'm just going to allow it to be. This will be a sanctioned match. Please enjoy. Why do I always have to read these in these accents? I don't get it.
It adds meaning and effect. It's one of those logically things. I can't even think of the word. But yeah, it adds to the effect. I don't understand this, but this match does make sense. It does.
Psychotic, of course, having the Azalea obsession. Decide to. I think it would be a good idea, but with Santi's new attitude, I don't know how safe Psychotic is be. Like this may be an injury. Like Santi might be just straight out to punish her. Like, I mean, after all, it ultimately cost her the LunarBlades Women's Championship when she took that devastating head injury.
It did. And she never did get that belt back.
But I don't really think she cares about the belt right now. I think she just enjoyed drilling that knee into the face of Psychotic. That knocked her out cold. I think we're gonna need some medical help here. That was devastating.
I wonder if the way she banged her on her head, if we're gonna get a Psychotic world soon. Picture that.
This world is already psychotic enough. Nothing's right anymore.
And you are right. You're right. That's the joke.
And I just received yet another text from Edgar. Oh, my dear boys, I speak in this accent because, quite simply, this is how Ed sees a smart person. Hence, the intelligent side of me would be English. Quite simple, isn't it, boys? Why does he keep calling us boys? I don't know.
I just figured he was from Eorza or something, and he knew Apenard and the city because they're talking the same accent.
That's really weird. Anyway, it does.
Yeah, I think McKelly had that accent too.
And anyway, it continues, and Dr. Octopus has came up to me and wanted to redeem himself after last season. Him and Maximo have been hanging out, and he has issued an open challenge to anybody. I do hope that the fans enjoy this, as Dr. Octopus is a superb athlete, much as his opponent tonight, Bro. Huh, he's rather kind of nice, isn't he?
Well, you know, if he's going with the whole British thing, I suppose he is quite gentlemanly.
Yeah. Huh. Well, here we go. We're going to see two Rows fighting each other. That's two super heavyweights. Like, I mean... And apparently, Dr. Octopus has been hanging out with Maximo. Maximo, of course, hasn't been seen much of lately, even though his record is pretty much flawless.
Maximo.
I'm sorry, the psychoticness is getting to me. I believe it or not, Blaze, I do drink a little bit. I keep a flask right inside my jacket pocket here. Yeah, I don't even care anymore. I'm drinking it.
Well, this is one of those situations where you should have a flask.
Ooh, that's tasty. Okay. That was very unprofessional of me. I apologize. You know, they say it's a disease. They say it's a disease.
That's what they say.
Dr. Octopus, who issued this open challenge, is coming down to the ring with Maximo. And speaking of Maximo, you better Maxa go to Raven Shadow 13 on Twitch. All kinds of good stuff happening there all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm gonna have to go there.
Well, yes, it's actually the origin of an old drinking game that is quite the fan favorite, Drunk as Thawk.
Well, that sounds interesting. Let me go get my little announcer guy to hype this up. Come here, you little son of a bitch.
No, oh.
What is Drunk as Thawk? What is that?
Well, you see, Drunk as Thawk is a game where you play on an old 8-bit Nintendo, and you fight these big beasts, and whenever everybody dies, everybody drinks.
Yes. That sounds like pretty much my teenage years. And I wish I could relive that. I'm gonna have to go on Raven Shadow at Twitch. Raven Shadow 13 at Twitch, I say. And after I get off of that, I'm gonna go to Azalea Leon at YouTube.
And why don't you check out Jada Drag Queen on YouTube while you're there as well?
Oh yes. Would you believe that I heard if you go to all 3 successfully back-to-back in a specific order that you'll get 75 boxes of Moogle cookies? Is that true?
Well, yes, it absolutely is true. Moogle cookies not guaranteed.
Wow, I gotta go over there and go get them right now.
Well, best of luck to you, you little scamp. And Dr. Octopus was being just absolutely brutal in that match, making I can't even tell. I think he just basically crushed Bro's head. And what's this? Dr. Octopus and Bro shaking hands in the ring.
Well, you gotta respect a man named Dr. Octopus that manages to beat you in 8 seconds. He's going with his gimmick. I respect him myself.
That was an incredible match, you know. Incredible start to this Edworld season of LunarBlades Wrestling Federation. It's been, you know what, so far it's been short and sweet, and I think after the Borderlines pay-per-view, we all deserve a little short and sweet.
You got that right.
But we'll be right...
just at times comes differently here.
Always an excellent possibility, but we'll be back with part 2 of this episode. Be sure to stick around.